so we are currently heading to the post office right now to actually mail a box for my wife, but I'm hoping there's a small chance my clutch might actually be there. I haven't got any more updates, but I'm hoping that my chance, they've just not notified me just yet, or my tracking's been like not updating, but I feel like it should be there by now. So fingers crossed when we get there, I get a nice pleasant surprise that my clutch is actually here. And then also aside from that, I think we're actually bringing home the new engine today, which is exciting. All right, boys, wish me luck. We might just have a clutch today.
A few moments later.
All right, boys and girls, I am sad to say we still do not have a clutch as of yet. I'm not sure where it's at. My tracking still says it's been in transit since the 13th to the next facility, where I'm not sure where it's heading to, but I'm assuming between the virus or the crazy weather or even maybe in customs, it's stuck or delayed somewhere. Hoping it shows up soon, but I don't know. Honestly though, thinking about it now, it actually hasn't been all that long since he actually shipped it. It left on the 9th and today's the 19th, so it's only been 10 days. I'm just kind of being impatient because I want to hear so bad, but it actually hasn't been that long. And to give you an example, I ordered something for Casey for Valentine's Day on the 24th of last month, and it got here yesterday. So I assume within the next, I don't know, I want to say hopefully the next few days we have an update and it's here, but it shouldn't be too much longer. Ooh, buddy. There she is, boys and girls. There she is. Now I know there's been a ton of speculation on what kind of engine this actually is. I've seen 16 valve ABF, I've seen 2.0 turbo, 1.8T, 3.2 VR6, 3.6 VR6. People said W8. Some of you guys said V10 TDI, which would be really, really cool. I'm not gonna show you this yet, but it won't disappoint. I'll give you guys one final walk around. Leave your final guesses now. What is under the covers here? All right, boys, engine is strapped up, ready to go. Martin should be here in about 10 minutes, and she's going home. The engine is safe and sound at home. I can't show you just yet, but she's there, and Martin's the first one to see it. It's exciting. I think I'm gonna move the Pink Floyd all the way out. Can we back the trailer all the way in, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, professional over here. We'll back it all the way in, and I'll just put it by the 1.8T until a later date to actually work on it, but let's get out of there for now. I'm gonna go through and move all of this stuff real quick. I'll put a tire down because I don't have any more engine stands at the current moment, and then with the new engine right here. It's about to get loud again. On a side note, oh, this car looks so good. And it's sunny today. Woo, buddy. I don't think Martin turned this car yet. I don't think he's ready for how loud this thing actually is. Can you see his face? Watch his face. See if it looks. Oh yeah. Dude, like in person, it is so much louder than you'd expect. It's loud, loud. Look at his face. Oh boy. Okay, that's enough of that. What you think?
Sounds like a wild hog on
It's
steroids.
so loud. It's so loud. Okay. Ooh, buddy, here she comes. What a professional. That should be good. Yep. Grab my engine hoist. So we'll pull it out and set her right over there. Engine stand is ready. I'll show you the back side of it. You can kind of tell it is now, but I'll show you the front side in a minute. All right, the massive auto trans is now out. And if you haven't guessed yet, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have ourselves a 3.6 liter VR6. Like I said, it's not a 3.2. We got the tippy top of the food chain for the VR6s is a 3.6 liter VR6. Look how sick that thing is. Then we have the VR5, the 1.8T, and then we have this one. All right, so let's talk about the new engine here in the barn. This is a beast. This is the top of the top for VR6s, a 3.6 liter VR6. This one came out of a 2007 Passat. This is not out of an R36. You can tell because it has just the V6 badge here. The R36 has the actual badge that goes across the top. Very, very similar engine with little differences here and there, but this one's out of a 2007 Passat, but still 3.6 liter VR6, the tippy top of the VR6 food chain, engine code BLV, pretty much the one you want. I know the newer ones with the engine code CNNA, I want to say, a lot of times they have an issue with the mobilizer delete and that kind of stuff, where this one, pretty much good to go. I have the entire harness in there. Already talked to Matt from Eurocraft. Making a harness for this is no problem. Now to give you guys some backstory on the engine here, when the car came in, it had 136,000 miles on it, so not too many miles for a VR6 at all, but the car was not running. Apparently it was fine, and then just shut off one day. Couldn't get it started back up. It went to 5 or 6 shops, they said, and apparently no one can figure out what the issue was. Now, the second I heard this engine try and start, from previous experience, my very first VR6, if you remember, the head was machined incorrectly. I had 3 dead cylinders in the back. The second I heard that sound on this one, I knew for a fact at least 2 cylinders were dead. I compression tested it last week. All the back cylinders are at 0. So I'm assuming the timing has jumped a little bit and either all the back valves are bent or mangled, or they're just a little bit off. They're not closing. We have 0 compression. I'm not sure. We have to go through and pull the entire thing apart and see what's actually going on with it. But again, it's definitely worth having. It's a 3.6 VR6. I mean, like, it's a no-brainer. You had to go for it. Now, I don't know how mangled the head might be. If you remember from Steve's VR6, when his valves got bent, that head was destroyed. So again, we might need a new head. We might be okay. They're all fine. We don't know yet until we actually dig into this thing. But again, it's a 3.6. It's a 3.6 VR6. This thing makes 280 horsepower at the crank, but I mean, that's a lot of power from a factory 12 valve or even from the 20 valve over there. That makes 170 from factory. This is 280. Like, that's a huge jump in just NA power. I had to snag it. We might do a full rebuild on it. Actually, I think this might be our first like full rebuild. I think I want to do bottom end and then head, like pistons, rods, and then doing like a nice big valve head, some nice big cams. I don't know, make some crazy NA power out of this thing and then maybe boost it afterwards. Now, moving on to that aspect of the build, I don't know what I want to do with this in terms of what car to go in. Don't say Savoy, don't say Pink Floyd, don't say GTI. It's not going in any of those cars. If any car, this would be for Miley. If you remember, the goal was to go all-wheel drive. Now, I have a 6-speed O2M. That'll mount right to that already. I already have a full 4Motion system sitting over there. All I really need from Miley is a Mark III Synchro rear subframe to put the haul decks in. I need a drive shaft and some axles and stuff, but for the most part, we kind of have all the pieces laid out. Now, that swaps a lot of money. You gotta cut the floor out, but we still have all the pieces. So again, I don't know when this build's gonna actually start, but that's kind of where my mindset is at. Maybe still boost the 12 valve in the meantime, but keep it front wheel drive, and then build this on the side, and then later on, we swap this in, go all-wheel drive, and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm not quite sure exactly, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know, man. This thing is just sick. Now, the 1.8T, still going to Pink Floyd, the VR5 stuff for the Savoy, don't worry about that, but I think the 3.6 here will eventually go into Miley after I rode in Dennis's car back at Eurotripper 7. Nice, so this is gonna be a 4Motion 3.6 supercharged. I'll get some. Oh my God. That's sick. Man, that's so sick. 400 to the wheel. I bet this thing gets down in a light car like this. And he's going 4Motion at some point. I never considered a 3.6 swap in my car, but now we have the GoPro hooked up in the back for maximum VR6 supercharger sounds. We're about to go for a ride in this car. I've been waiting all day for this. All right. Thank you, buddy. And you can't tell by my already massive smile. I'm so excited. Dennis, thank you for taking me for a ride, man. It definitely means a lot. I'm quite excited for this. God. That was second, third, and fourth. Yeah, and it was still spinning. Wow. Wow. I've ridden in a lot of fun cars, but this one is definitely...
It puts a big smile on your face.
Yo, this like the big... That's what cars are about. If it's like just fun and enjoyable, I don't really care what it is. If it puts a smile on your face, that's what it's about. And man, this car gets it.
Thinking it's around 6 pounds, but I'm not 100%.
This is only 6 pounds of boost?
Yeah.
Jeez. Jeez. Well, I guess when you start with a really good base, the 3.6 is an awesome base, has so much torque, and then you add boost on top of it.
Yeah, factory. It's
that's wild.
Close to 300 with a full exhaust and other stuff. It should be right around there. I mean, torque.
That's wild. This thing's awesome. He has the black Mark III Jetta Coupe with the 3.6 swap out of a 2006, so same engine code as this one. And his is supercharged, and the car's making like 400 wheel, I want to say. That car, after I rode in that car, I was like, man, a 3.6 would be really awesome to have, but they're kind of pricey and kind of hard to get. This one kind of just fell into my lap, which is awesome, and I had to snag when I could. It might need a slight rebuild, but still, the basis of it is there. But I don't know, after I rode in Dennis's car, I was like, man, a 3.6 would be sweet. So I think we'll still try and boost the 12 valve that's in the car now, because I love that engine. The 12 valve just looks at home in Miley. But I think ultimately we'll do 3.6 turbo with that trans, the 4Motion system, and a few other things for Miley at some point. But there she is, boys. 3.6 VR6 out of a Passat. I'm hyped. Some of you guessed it. A lot of people are saying W8, which would be cool, but I don't really know what I would do with the W8. It makes about the same power as this, but that engine is just massive. Like this is big, but the W8's way bigger. So I don't know what I would do with that. It would be a cool build. I know Charles, the Humble mechanic, just got one, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to see what he does with that. But yeah, I'm hyped. Not a 3.2, better than a 3.2. 3.6. And just to reiterate, before anyone says put the 3.6 into the GTI, the answer is no. That car will either be 2-liter with a big cam and ITBs, or 16 valve ABF, or I might just not keep the car. We'll see. But if it does get swapped or modified, it'll be one of those two options. It's kind of funny. There's quite a few engines here now, and majority of them are all VR platforms, like VR5, 3.6 VR6, 3.2 VR6, the 2.8 in Miley, the 2.8 behind Miley, the 3-liter over there, and then the other 2.8, that's my original AAA VR6, but just house full of VRs, the way it should be. We actually have quite the range of engines here. We have the 1.6 over there, we have the 1.8 NA, the 1.8 turbo, the 1.9 TDI, we have the 2-liter here, we have the 2.3-liter there, 2.8 in Miley, we have the 3-liter block and head from Steve's VR6, and then the 3.2-liter in the R32, and then on top we have the 3.6-liter here. It's a lot of engines. All right, before it gets too much later, I need to put the good old race car back in the garage. Do you hear that? It's quiet, it's peaceful. There's literally birds singing right now. And here comes Christian. I've been slacking. This thing must get fixed ASAP. At least she looks good though. She looks darn good. Look at this thing, beautiful. And oh, look at that. I heard a thump backing up, and well, there's my whole cat there. It's fine. We don't need this. Look at this angle with the light on it. Whoo, buddy. Yo, she looks so good. I just stare at this car like all day long. Like now with like the fresh trim, it's too good. Look at that. 6-speed swap ready to go right onto the 3.6. And I do know I could use the current O2A in the car right now with the 3.6, but if you're gonna do a 3.6 swap, we might as well go all out, like built engine, transmission ready to go, all-wheel drive, like we're gonna fully send it. We got the 4-cylinder, we got the 5-cylinder, and now we got the 6-cylinder. Well, another 6-cylinder. Now we have a spot right here. W8, W8. Honestly though, if I ever get a chance to buy one, I will for sure snag it. What I'm gonna do with it or put it in, I have no idea because it's kind of a massive engine, but it would be super cool. Fun fact, I actually talked my mom out of buying a 2003 Passat W8 4Motion wagon way back, and this was like 2006 or 7 back in Florida still. Went and looked at the car, beautiful spec of a car, dark blue, all the chrome trim, 2-piece BBS wheels, 10 leather interior, 6-speed, the car was a 4Motion. It was one of the most beautiful W8s I've ever seen, but she was looking for more like a economy car. And I was like, listen, this is an 8-cylinder, so it's not already great on gas. At the time, the car was still kind of new, so maintenance cost was crazy. All the reviews said, if anything's wrong, I gotta pull the whole engine out of the car. So I was like, listen, you don't really need this car, but thinking back now, I would have said, yo, buy this car because it's sick. That would have been such a cool spec of a car to hang on to. Like, it had everything. Like, it had the sunroof, it had leather, 4Motion, 6-speed, 2-piece wheel. Like, this car was beautiful. I wonder where it's at now, honestly. Like, this car was a good looking car. So now that we have this, I'm kind of thinking I want to try and own all of the VR platform engines because we're pretty close now. I would just need a 10-valve VR5, a OBD1 12-valve Mark III VR6, and then a Mark IV 24-valve 2.8. But other than that, we have all of them, 3.2, 3.6. We have the Mark III 12-valve, Mark IV 12-valve. We have a 2.9. I mean, we have almost all of them, a handful more. We could have pretty much every VR6 that came out with. But with that, getting the video here, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're excited about the future 3.6 VR6 build. This thing is going to be a beast. We have most of the pieces already ready to go, and I'm just excited to see what this thing actually becomes because it's going to be sick. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.